In this video, we are going to get more in depth in the CSR 25. So, what is a CSR? CSR is a plastic credit. And what is the definition of a plastic credit? According to the Worldwide Fund, plastic credit is a transferable unit that represents a specific amount of plastic collected from the environment and possibly recycled. And more precisely, the CSR Plastic Credit is a worldwide recognized digital receipt that certifies the elimination of plastic waste from the environment. But before going into the CSR, we're going to take a look to the carbon credits market. The carbon credit market was born with the Kyoto Protocol in 1997 with the aim of reducing CO2 emissions. And this is important because the new plastic credits market, it is said that is the brother of the carbon credits market, with which individuals and companies can eliminate their plastic pollution. To get more context, the revenue of this market is currently 1.1 trillion that was traded in 2023 alone, and it is estimated to be 2.3 trillion in 2028. And we have also the price. In 2025, offsetting 1 ton of CO2 with carbon credits costs around $5. But today, this same certification costs more than $60. We can see here in the graph the evolution of the price of 1 ton of CO2. And here we have an example of Tesla, which is from a Spanish diary, which says that one of the income sources of Tesla is from selling carbon credits. And we can see here in the first quarter of 2022, they sold $600 million worth of carbon credits. Going back to the plastic credits, how do they work? Well, the CSR plastic credit distribution works as for each kilo of plastic that is recycled by CSR, they will give you or put out in the market 10 CSR. So 1 kilo is the same as 10 CSR. Also, this elimination process is certified by one of the world's leading certification companies, which is called TÜV. We have here an example on how to be plastic neutral. Then we have an example. We can put the case of a company that wants to offset 100,000 kilos worth of plastic waste, and following this rule that 1 kilo is 10 CSR, we can see that for these 100,000 kilos, they would get 1 million CSR. And we can put the case of an individual that wants just to offset 1,000 kilos, they could get 10,000 CSR for this. But where do I get them? You have two options. The first is going to the public market, to an exchange like LA token. But the thing here is that you are buying plastic that is already recycled. You are buying directly the plastic credit. Therefore, you're going to buy it at a market price, so the price that is current in the moment. And the other option is going through Amplivo that we've talked earlier, where you are buying plastic that is not yet recycled. You are buying the CSR plastic disposal service. So you are buying the service of eliminating this plastic, and therefore the CSR plastic credit will be generated as a digital receipt as a result of the elimination of this service. So it's cheaper than the market because, as I said before, Amplivo is like the online store of CSR, where you are buying directly from the manufacturer, so you get it at a cheaper price than the open market. So what is this plastic credit used for? You have two main uses. The first one is to offset the plastic footprint that is mainly used by companies, where they just can buy these CSR plastic credits on the market and transform them into a plastic neutral certificate that is going to certify that you have eliminated a certain amount of plastic from the environment. And the other one would be as an asset, because this one has a value in the market and has people and companies that want to buy it to offset their plastic. So for example, the consumers would be the global brands that are already using the plastic credit, like Microsoft, PepsiCo, or the clients of CSR that are already buying the CSR plastic credit. For example, we have the Totti School of Football, or we have Joella. So what advantages do these companies have? First of all is to be a sustainable brand. They are communicating a commitment to the plastic solution. The second one is the tax advantages, as the cost of this service of elimination from concern can be deducted from the business expense. And lastly, the EU and international regulations that are forcing companies to prepare sustainability reports for the coming years as well. Well, here an example of the company that I've showed you here, Joella, that is a major Italian dairy producer with products throughout the whole Europe, and has made the largest offset of plastic waste with the CSR Plastiic Credit, amounting to 1.3 million kilos of plastic. And if you go to their website, you can see the logo of the CSR. So today, CSR is the best-selling plastic credit in the world. So why is it different? There are 6 main reasons. The first one is that the CSR is done through a process that implicates circular economy. As I said, no. So why is it different? There are 6 main reasons. The first one is the circular economy, because Corsair uses a pyrolysis system where they can take the plastic, they heat it up, and when it is at a high temperature, it goes back to their original chemical state, which is the advanced bio oil that we said. But within this process, there are no gases that get out and contaminate. These gases are used again to heat up the plastic, so there's no contamination in this process. The second one is the blockchain, as the CSR is currently on the Ethereum blockchain. This means that it has a lot of security and transparency, because you can see every time where your CSRs and all the CSRs are going and where they are coming from. And this is done through CSR Now, which is a platform where the CSR is held, and you can see all the transactions that are done. Then we have chemical recycling. We have 2 types of recycling, the mechanical and the chemical. The mechanical involves that a bottle becomes a new product, such as a box or a bag, and it cannot always be recycled many times because the plastic loses its quality. And the chemical recycling, on the other hand, the bottle breaks down into its basic chemical components, allowing new high-quality plastic to be created as it for the first time. So the thing here is that the CSR, compared to the other plastic credits in the market, is the only one that is made through a chemical recycling process. And we can clearly see that the forecast for these 2 types of recycling is that the chemical recycling will be leading in the future. The fourth one is a certificate. As I said, you can turn this plastic credit into a certificate that certifies that you have eliminated a certain amount of plastic from the environment. The fifth is that there is a utility token. And what does this mean? We've mentioned earlier that for every kilo of plastic that you eliminate with Corsair, you get 10 CSRs. So there's a meaning behind every CSR. If you go to the market and buy, for example, 10 CSRs, you're going to be buying 1 kilo of plastic elimination from the environment. And lastly, we have the market price. This is a study done in Spanish, but I'll break it down for you. So we have 4 different companies that also have a plastic credit in the market, and they are offering their services of elimination for €1 1 kilo. So if you want to offset 50 kilos of plastic, you're gonna have to pay €50. With this information, we can clearly see that the market price for 1 kilo of plastic, by eliminating it, is €1. Me ha gustado, sigo. So with this information, we can see that for 1 kilo that you want to eliminate of plastic at a market price, you will get charged €1. And we have seen before that for 1 kilo, you would get 10 CSR. So this is the equivalent. 10 CSR should be worth €1. So if you want to know what 1 CSR is worth, you should divide it by 10. And we would get that 1 CSR is equal to, 1 CSR is equal to 10 cents. So if you go, for example, to CoinMarketCap and search for CSR25, you will see the current price of the token. And you will see that it still has a long way to go until it gets to the market price of 10 cents per CSR. This means that we have a big opportunity because the regulations will get tougher and tougher, and the companies will have to offset even more plastic.